Welcome everybody to Earth 2 Reviews, Netflix's Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast Season 2. So we did a whole thing for Season 1, and at the end of that, Bree suggested that we do Season 2 episodically. Is that a word? Oh, okay. You know, there's some words that you say and like, this doesn't sound right. Like, episodically does not sound right, but it's a word.
Episodically sounds accurate to me. Yeah.
Huh. I'm sorry, let me not get lost because I will really get lost in this word. But so we're here to do season 2, episode 1, Paw of the Jaguar. So before we get into it, Brandon, do you want to sing the song to usher us into
Not at all.
Okay, great. Let me just ask you, ladies, what did you think of the episode before we start? Like, all your thoughts on it. Like, liked it, annoyed, fuck Kipo. Well,
I mean, it's keeping. So for one, I like the title because I have the tiger,
right,
of the Jaguar. So I kind of hummed that to myself. The episode, it was in line with last season. So like I enjoyed it. Kind of where it ended, I was like, damn, we probably should have done 2 episodes at a time, but I'm going to keep my word. I'm only going to watch this first episode.
It's you guys' fault because I was like, you know what?
It's true. It's true, but it's also better this way. So,
is it really?
Yes, because we're not going to like mingle episodes and start talking about stuff that happened in episode 2.
Brie?
I mean, I liked it. It was, like Keem said, same like type as from season 1. I feel like they get a lot to happen in just one episode.
Seriously.
Like every episode is really packed and it doesn't feel like rushed. So I just really fucking like it. And they revealed a lot of things that I need more.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like they use all 27 of their minutes for like they actually really use it. Every episode, as you said, is fully realized. You know, even though they leave off at a tiny cliffhanger, but the episode in itself, you can literally watch this every week. If it wasn't on Netflix, if this was on any other channel, you would watch it every week and still enjoy it just as much. And that's what I like. And as Keem said, it's keeping the same energy from last season. I don't usually, sometimes you get shows where you get a drop off, right? This didn't have one. I mean, it literally picks up from the end, so you actually get to follow in line. It's like boom, boom. So I like it for that exactly. And I think, you know, we're in for a very, very spectacular season, especially with the things they revealed at this episode. One of the big things that was revealed was, was revealed to the Borough people was Scarlemagne knows Leo, because at first no one knew that. You know, everyone was just Scarlemagne is the bad guy. And now it's revealed to the Borough people that they know each other. I mean, it was funny because Hog blames Kipo, like he's like, "Oh yeah, it's your daughter's fault." Da 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 da. And Leo is like, "No, it's mine." Leo is Kipo's dad, for whoever doesn't give a rat's
keep up with names.
Right. So, because I still get lost for the 3 humans that are left, but Kipo's dad is, you know, hey, it was my fault. I did this. And then here comes Scarlet. Here comes Scarlemagne.
Hugo.
Wait, is it Hugo?
His lab tech named him Hugo. I'm gonna call him Hugo. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, Scarlemagne, what do you want with us? He's like, and he sprays everybody else down, but leaves Leo to. And that's the thing. I think I really want to see what went on there. I want to understand what went on and why there's so much beef. But because and there's something that happens with Scarlemagne that I think is very interesting that we can talk about when we get to that part. But that is the beginning of the episode, really, after everything happens in the borough. Kipo's like, we're gonna go save them. She's all majestically riding the.
Listen, She flew down like a motherfucking warrior. I was so proud. Her voice dropped like 3 octaves. She was like, "We're going back for them." Like, oh, okay. I don't know how she managed to mature in 5 minutes between the end of season 1 and now, but I'm ready to follow Kipo in the battle. Sure. All right.
And then 3.5 seconds later, Flamingo's like,
she
nah.
returns to Kipo.
Right. Flamingo's like punishing her, and she's like, no, you will stay. Get on, everybody. And I thought that was interesting. And she tries to wrangle the Flamingo, and she gets everybody on, and then they realize that there's a couple humans left. Benson's friend.
So I have their names if you would like.
Please and thank you.
So Benson's friend is Troy.
Okay.
And then the 2 sisters are Dahlia and Asher.
Oh, Dahlia and Asher and Troy. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And but Kipo did become a leader for like a quick second in that moment too. Hold on, she did though.
Flashing moment, brief.
Yeah, it's really
brief. Faint flashing moment. She was such a boss, and then
she's like, okay, so this is the plan. Dave and because Dave is a baby, or is it old man Dave at this point, or baby Dave?
It's old man Dave.
Okay.
Because the flamingos are acting up and pecking the fuck out of Kipo. And Wolf is like, I'm willing to let them eat Dave if it means that we can get to save all of the people.
Yo, I love Wolf. Like, she's so amazing.
Wolf cried when she came back, and that really got me.
Yes.
Right?
Like, I was like,
number one, the way they were all looking at her with like just as she's coming down, like Wolf has got the tear. Vincent is looking at her like, yes, bitch. Like as she's descending from the sky. But there was another thing, like as we're talking about this, and I'm trying to find the guy's name. Tracy Blanc. No, that's not it. I almost called somebody else out. There's this guy that Mark Ribolet. Maybe it's Ribolet if he's French. He does these videos where basically he's got like all the sound equipment, his drum machines and stuff. And so in his videos, he'll do a song from start to finish. Like he'll just make up his own drum beat, and then he'll add in something, and then he'll add in his vocals, and like he keeps building.
I think I've heard of him.
His underwear,
yeah.
right?
Yes. And every time he starts playing, he's doing like this. He made up a song about flamingos. I will send it to y'all later.
Please.
I lost my shit. But looking at the flamingos fuck up Kipo, it had me like, no, okay, that song is so accurate. Everything I knew about flamingos is a lie.
If we don't get in trouble, I might use the song to intro this episode.
You probably can't.
Right. But so Kipo for a quick second is a leader because she's like, okay, this is the plan. You know, me and Dave are gonna go rescue, go to Scarlemane's. We're gonna ride the flamingo back, to Scarlemane's, and you will take Asher,
Dancer, Prancer.
Yes.
Asher, Dahlia, and Troy.
Yes, you will take Asher, Dahlia, and Troy to the Timbercats. And everyone's like, what do you mean? And Kipo's like, well, this is what's going to happen. Since Mandu loves to eat, Dave, which is really gross, just disgusting. That's right. But since Mandu loves to eat Dave, I'll leave the pieces, and you guys would just follow the trail. And I thought that was smart. Like, that is actually the smartest thing she's done in all of the episodes, and all 13 from season 1 to this. This is the smartest thing she's done. Smart thing she's thought up. And I was like, okay, like Keem said, okay, I'll ride with you. Like, what's up? Even Wolf at first is like, but then Wolf is like, you know what? It is a good plan because this is exactly what I'd have thought up. But then this is the best part is Kipo leaves, right? And everyone is like, oh. And as she's going, she's like, but what if the Timbercats probably won't like humans? And just tell them, they're friends of Kipo, then they'll probably do it. But Benson and Wolf are like, nah, the Timbercats aren't gonna like you. we have to train you to wear the Timbercat. So literally, they're going through Timbercat training, and I don't know if it was Dahlia or.
So I wrote this down. I can tell you because I was having a hard time. So there was the 3 tasks that they had to tackle. So they had to wrangle Pierre the tick. So that was Asher that ended up connecting with Pierre. They had to learn how to wield an axe. That was Dahlia.
I love that. I love that so much.
Did y'all see Wolf smile? Did y'all see Wolf smile while that was happening?
I'm like, she was like the only one smiling. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" But Wolf was like, "She's cute."
Yeah, Wolf was like, yeah. And I love like how Asher was like, she probably just needs a minute to get this out. Like, but we've all been there at some point where like you just had
frustrating, man.
It was
something is so tough.
Troy looked so confident going up to that tree, and then nothing. Same with the next girl, and then she just does it.
Yeah. Troy did it with flair though, so then Benson is like, but he gets an A for style, and Wolf is sitting there looking at him like, can you not?
Vincent feels that way. And I also thought another funny moment between Benson and Troy was when they're wrangling Pierre, and Troy's like, no, he's trying to jump in front of him to like, save just in case, and Benson tackles him because it's like, yo, you don't know what you're about to get in between. Don't get in between Pierre and Sarah. Yeah, let's not do that. And then there's a moment between the two of them, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like Benson has really cute moments with Troy.
It's adorable. Well, I mean, because you think about it, you wonder how many people has Benson gotten to interact with in general, and then how many gay people has Benson gotten to interact with, and then how many gay men his age has he gotten to interact with to like even know how to date and flirt and mingle and all of that. So that's adorable. Another cute moment I thought was after, I think it was after saying you need to learn how to wrangle Pierre. Once they're like, okay, we got that one. After Wolf sprays the syrup on Asher and Asher and Dahlia, and it works out. And Benson is like, you know what? That was a good power move. And Wolf is like, thank you. And he's like, who says we don't make a good team? And he like holds his hand out for the fist bump. And Wolf is like,
she's like, she's so funny. I love her.
But then did you notice after the wood chopping, once that worked out, like she looked at him again, he was like, okay. And she was like,
yeah. And I think she's finally getting to open up. I hope we get more story of her just opening up and becoming more used to being around people, because again, we know she's a lone wolf. Huh? That was cute. I feel great about that, by the way. I feel super great about that. And then
I'm proud of you.
The final task was flapjacks. Like they love flapjacks. And now
I want the recipe.
Benson and Troy. Yes. Benson and Troy actually get the bond over their, like, so now they have the love of music and the artists, and now they have the love of flapjacks, and that was adorable. And it's like, oh, so we're gonna talk about flapjacks versus pancakes, different or same thing? Same thing. Well, we have that. Okay, wait, I don't actually know the whole line, but whatever.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I guess we'll have to find something else to talk about.
And it's so dope. Like, it got me thinking, is that how it is? It's like when you meet someone and you have something in common, like you can't really talk about that all the time, right? It's like, do you go, I guess we got to find something else to talk about that we don't have in common, or find out is that how it happens? I haven't dated in a while, but
wow. I'm like, you tell me.
Sounded like a loser.
This might be the wrong group to to have that discussion.
All right, so back to Kipo. But at the end of when they finally get to the Timbercats, which I thought was great. So I'm doing this in a way where I'm not trying to because the story goes back and forth. Yeah, exactly. So I want to do a group first. So they get to the Timbercats, and it's like Kipo said, all you had to do was tell them. Is that COVID?
They're friends.
Yes, it is COVID.
Oh God! Why?
I need to fiddle with something, okay?
Okay. But and Yum Yum is like, just tell them they're friends of Keep. Why was Yum Yum crying? For God's
Because
sake?
they're so brave when they got their
Because he was
entire
so
family
touched. Like,
taken.
yeah, like Benson tells this touching story. Like, look at them over here. They have just, number one, they went through not one but two raids in a row in a very short period of time. Everything they know and loved has been destroyed twice. Their family has been like taken away, and they've been so strong and brave to like make it here to you.
And they've never been on the surface. They don't know what the fuck is going on. And they still came here with like their own skills to bring to the group. And like he was touched. It was sweet.
And
It was
Yum Yum
adorable.
balls. He's
He's so
supposed to be like this
cute.
great leader. But I love it though. He's this great leader, but he's so in touch with his emotional side. He cries.
Because he's a hipster.
He's definitely
He's a hipster cat. What?
He cries,
and then the other cat was just like, hell yeah, they can stay here, but all you had to tell us was that they were friends of Kipo.
And
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Benson and Wolf like, and they're like, oh, that's it. And so I do love it. Like Kipo has built this capital, right? Anthony
Social capital.
Social capital. That's Anthony's favorite word. But Kipo has this social capital that lets her like literally do things and get like she can. It's funny because if you watched our last episode of Kipo, we did. It was Kylie Jenner with the Pepsi in hand.
She's effective.
Like seriously, she is effective, and she's built these lasting connections. Yes, and I love it, and I love the way it's not like as soon as she left, it was over. It was like, oh, it's something that, oh, we remember what you did for us, and so you're forever a friend. And so we're done with Benson and Will's storyline.
Wait,
you don't
hold on.
You don't forget the best part.
We're not going to skip over one of my favorite things, because this reminds me, any of my friends, it reminded me so much of me when Vincent is warning them, like, so yeah, Scarlet May now has an army of, brainwashed humans behind them. So you guys might want to keep your axes at the ready. And the white cat is like, we always have our axes at the ready, but now we have our backup axes at the ready. And they all pull out their second axes. And I'm like, yes.
And so, like, I love that. And then I think we should do Keep On next. Because
Wait.
Sorry, you say, like, if I miss something.
Has a favorite moment too.
Troy and Benson, they have their little moment, and then he's like, kisses him. And he's like, it's a date.
It's a date.
Kisses him on the cheek.
And Benson is just...
It's adorable.
It's so cute.
He squealed. He literally squealed. Like,
I squealed.
I thought that was cute.
But what was hilarious to me, though, was Wolf in the background just staring like, like, we don't have time for this. Can we go?
Right. So back to Kipo. So she manages to fly to control this thing a little bit, right? And on her way there, she's maybe a quarter of the way there or half the way there. Mega Mute Monkey jumps, attacks her again and is trying to like crush her. And she falls off the flamingo. But it was super cool what she did, right? She clawed the tree and did I was like, okay, Kipo, like, look at you, like, learning, like...
You're one paw of the Jaguar.
she's like really cool with it. And she's dodging and she's trying, and now she sees the monkey and she's like, oh no, it's you, it's me, don't you recognize me? And she walks up at first and she tries to sing, and the monkey's not having it, like, destroying everything, and she's running
and singing. And I don't know how the monkey would have heard any of that shit.
Because it's all carnage. Like, it's super loud carnage and destruction, and the monkey's like,
and like, she's not even singing loudly. She's just like,
like singing and out of breath. Like, she's running out of breath, panting, singing all of that.
And there's an important message there about making sure that you keep up with your cardio, because At some point, look, the way 2020 is going, at some point, you might have to run away from some giant mutated beast and sing at the same time. I would die, but
I'll just sit there because you got like seriously, just take me, dude. Like I don't got it. I can't run and sing at the same time, dude.
I can't.
My singing voice is not pleasant, and my running style is laughable. So
for me, it's pick a struggle because am I just gonna run and like have someone who can sing back up? Like,
yeah, I've got my machete and my backup machete. That's how it's working in Keem land.
No, seriously, I feel like 2020 will give us a zombie apocalypse, but she manages to calm the monkey down for a second, right? And the collar beeps again, and it's almost like it's about to go off. I think the monkey did grab her, and she she was falling off and grabbed a piece of the monkey's wrist fur or whatever, and the collar beeps again, and she's like, "Nah, I got you," and she jumps up and paws it to death. I was like, yes.
Nah,
like,
I got you.
Look at you. Like, Kipo's on metal in this episode. Like, yes. Like,
she's a badass.
No, seriously. I'm like, were you just watching? Was she in Wolf's dream? With the bear? Like, what's really going on? Like, I'm seeing.
She's got that one powerful ass forearm. So yeah.
And finally has like a conversation with the monkey, like I gotta go, you can't come, because if you do come he'll try to like use you again, but and then she takes this rubber band off and she puts it on the monkey, and I was like, oh, but the monkey just looked so concerned for her, and it made me think. So at the point I was like, something's up here, right? And she gets back on the flamingo and goes. And Dave is like, if I had a tissue in my heart.
Yeah, if I could give my heart a Kleenex.
Dave is so annoying in the point that it was such an emotional moment, and he just broke it. I mean, yes, I loved it because like if they kept that track, I probably would have like drop, like a single tear or something, because man, that was like a lot. Because and Kipo goes, I don't know what it is, but something about that monkey seems,
different.
And okay, so we get it. So now they fly, they get to Scarlemagne's hangar or hideout, and she's like, Scarlemagne, where are you? Like all action ready to
No,
go.
she doesn't even say where are you. She just jumps into her battle speech. Like, I'm coming to take my people back. You can fight me for it or you can hand them over. And then she looks around and there's
no one there.
Like she just wasted a whole battle speech. There's nobody there. And I was like, okay, great. This is great. So we look around and we see Dad, but we have to go get Dad. And so she runs up and Dad is like, Kipo, no. And one of the monkeys sprays her. Apparently, it didn't work. And that kind of hit me. And I was like, why didn't it work?
On her.
On her.
She just said it stinks.
But it makes, because it's sweat.
Yeah, it's his sweat.
Right. But it makes sense that it doesn't work because it only works on primates. So Kipo is not a primate.
She's a jaguar.
But we already knew she was a mute. So half mute.
Part primate.
But it works on mutes. Because it works on the mega mute. It just doesn't work on primates.
Yeah. And so, and in the weirdest fight ever, she manages to beat the monkey and the owl. Was it an owl or was it just a monkey? It's a monkey.
I thought it was like a weird ass chinchilla shit.
Yeah, it was
something.
I could
go with big eyes.
Yeah, one of those creepy bastards.
A lemur. But anyway, she manages to, and it was so fluke because she didn't win. It just happened. Everything just happened to happen because she's still like flailing around like.
And thinking in her head she's a badass, but in reality,
right, it's one of those things like, oh, I'm kicking ass right now, but in real life you're like not hitting anything. And
I think they just didn't realize that she had that.
Oh,
yeah, I could. It was like because one of them says, "Does she have a Jaguar paw? What is that about?" But then it's part like underestimation, and then like you said, Mo, like it's like when you see somebody has given a toddler the unplugged game controller, and they're
like
going to town.
Right.
Nothing's really happening. But so the bigger primate stepped on the broken container of mind control spray and slipped and fell on the smaller one
and knocked himself out.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You see that, Dad? I did that." No, Kipo, you were lucky, brave, but extremely lucky.
And then Dave like came up like, "Yeah, we did that." Like, sir?
Right.
I didn't even know where he was the entire time.
And he came up with a name, and he goes, "I'm still workshopping on the name."
It's Captain Jaguar and Mr. Gorgeous.
I like that he's the gorgeous one.
I'm pretty sure.
Fantastic. And Kipo's dad is like, and Kipo's dad reveals to her what she is. You know, if she's like, "Well, I'm kind of part mute," and he's like, "No, well, your DNA was
infused with
mute, mega mute, because you are mega mute. Like that's what you are. And if you train, I'm gonna take you to the Shiver Sisters, and then you can become, so you can control it. That way, you don't overexert, and you can't come back.
You don't get lost in the transformation.
Right. So here's where theories start coming in, because I like the first time I watched it, I wasn't paying attention, and then Chris said it, and I was like, he might be right. And then when I watched the second time, and specifically what the dad said was, you will be you will end up being a mega jaguar. But what me and your mom found out before I lost her, not before she died, before I lost her, was that if you transform before you learn how to control it, you get lost in it.
Get lost in the sauce. So, Mom, definitely,
it's very possible that Mega Monkey is Mama Oaks.
And Dave did say that the Mega Monkey was like smarter than the others.
The other one, yeah. So they're throwing us breadcrumbs.
Right. Well, they're throwing us little Daves, not breadcrumbs.
They're throwing us Dave maltings.
So gross. Disgusting. So gross. Like I was looking at Mandu like, "Yo, chill, dog." Like,
it's like tips for him, like dehydrated jerky.
Dave jerky.
Okay, I'm probably never gonna eat jerky like the same anymore.
But like, did anyone else just like think, "What the fuck, you experimented on your daughter?"
And the fact that she was so like, she was like, then, "You inserted DNA in me,"
and then he goes, "I'm taking to the Shiver Sisters," and she goes, "Hero training." And I'm like, first of all, I'm watching it. I thought she was gonna spaz like you experimented on me, but she
didn't give a fuck. She really never gives a fuck.
She's hype. She's hype about being a superhero, but everybody else is like, "Why the fuck would you do that to your child? Like, what in the Powerpuff Mojo Jojo is happening here?"
Okay, Powerpuff Girls was an accident.
Okay, but Mojo Jojo was another experiment, and
he was a neglected pet.
Did not steal this from Chris. He did not mention this in our conversation, and now I'm taking it as my own.
Thanks to present. Thanks for throwing up. Thanks for throwing in some of the good nuggets that are coming on this episode.
Mojo Jojo was neglected in an accident too.
And
I watched that movie 1,000 times. And I was like, "Oh, that's my shit." Okay, I have it on DVD.
And nobody's judging you. I understand. You have the DVDs. I had a couple of the Powerpuff Girl VHS tapes that I would go to sleep to every night. That's a whole other life story.
And so Dad is like, "We have to go so I can take you to the Shiver Sisters." And of course, and they look out, and the flamingo is being escorted by the rest of the monkeys.
No, they could have just fucking gone. But
and Dad is like, "Let's climb out this way." Like he actually says it. "Oh, we can just climb out right here." He was like, "No,
I can get a ride.
I got this. Let's go." And fucks everything up. Like now, Dad is captured again. you lost dad, but now all you have to do is find her Shiver sisters, and I'm actually hoping she gets to find them, and she finds them within a good amount of time. But I actually wonder how that's gonna happen because at the very end, oh, you know what? Let's not get there first. Let's talk about Scar.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Scar because his name is super stupid.
Did you cover all of the Kipo tries to bust through like a badass because she's got the paw of the Jaguar, and
where dad is like, let's climb
her
out
dad
right
gets
here.
taken.
She loses
then-
dad again. So that's Kipo. So the third story or the C story here is Scar or Scarlemagne or Hugo. And he's so fucked up. I legit hate him. Like Ratland did nothing to you, my guy. Like seriously.
But he's one of those people or one of those beings that's been hurt by a specific group, and so now
so hurt.
That whole group, like when he busts into Ratland and they're like, "You didn't pay to enter," and he was like, I wrote it down. He was like, "I don't pay to commingle with human filth."
Pay the entrance fee. That fucking killed me. Like you think this
because
guy
they're about their business.
Right. And it was okay. So now he reveals what he wants to do. Right, he reveals his master plan. I think that is his master plan, right? So he does reveal his master plan. His master plan is to build this whole new city-ish where Aurum, where mutes will reign supreme, and the rats are like reign supreme over what? Reign supreme over humans. This is the part that caught me off guard. He's still very much so an animal, if you understand, because when he gets super emotional, he just starts to hoot, and so it's like no matter how smart, sophisticated he is, his base instincts still pop out. And so, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, when he like the last time he like gets maniacal and he's maniacally monkey laughing, and then he's like,
right, adjust his little his little old
back
English
to civility, yeah,
right. And then he tells, and so the rats are like, so okay, great. What do you want with Ratland? Since this is your plan, whatever you want to do with it. What do you want with Ratland? And he goes, well, I'm gonna need resources. And they're like, okay. And then he sends the flamingos to just start tearing up Ratland. And he goes, to build something, you have to destroy. I was like, you dastard! Like he's literally dick dastardly. But and so he just fucks everything up, destroys like literally pieces up Ratland. And before he leaves, which I thought was the worst thing, like he goes, your penalty for making, he captures a couple humans, right? And this is funny. He captures
that was hilarious.
He goes, and he drops this.
I got you, Mo. Okay.
please, because I
knew it would happen eventually.
Okay.
So, right. So, like, he's got these two humans captive, and he makes the speech about how they are the ones who destroyed the world. And then he's like, he sprays them in the face with the mind control stuff and says, now boo yourself. And so they're like, boo, we're terrible.
He's crying again.
We really have to make this a drinking game.
I think there's gonna be every time I laugh, you took a shot. Oh man,
take a sip.
Because I'm not gonna laugh that much. Like it's like doing another. There's this. If we do another show with Bree, and there's this thing she says, and she says it a lot. If we took shots for every time she said it,
people would die.
Did you watch the verses with Jadakiss? We would all be Jadakiss.
Jadakiss, right? Anyway, so he goes, he goes, the penalty for messing with humans, or not for messing with humans, for trying to give them sanctuary,
a safe place.
a safe space. And he pulls out, and one of the rats goes, "Is that explosive nectar?" And he goes, "I would run if I were you." I hope, right? Because what we see in the distance when everyone kind of gets back together, Wolf, Benson, Kipo, Dave, Mandu, when they all get back together, what we see in the distance is a huge explosion. I hope that the rats made it. Like, honestly, rats are disgusting, but I hope.
But they were good people.
I know, but they were good.
They were good rats.
Right. Two more things before we're done is Kipo's feeling down because she lost her dad again. And everyone is like, but look at what you did. You kind of took control of the situation. You got Asher, Troy, and Dahlia to the Timbercats, and because of who you are, they just accepted them. And whether you got your dad or not, you kind of had you kind of have an idea of what's going on. So you're not you lost them, but you know it's good. And then we see the explosion, and then at the end, at the very end of the episode, we see these people things because they're masked up and cloaked up, and we see them at the distance, and they're like, we have to stop them, and that's the end of the episode. And I was super tempted to keep going, but that is the episode. Honestly, to be honest, I think I like this format better because it's super tight and we're done with episode 1, even though
Oh, really? You
even
like
I really wanna know,
episodically?
yeah, even though I really want to know, you did that on purpose. You did that, even though I really want to know what's going on. So before we leave, I'm gonna ask: do you have any theories for episode 2? Do you have anything that you think will happen in episode 2? Are we gonna meet a different set of characters? Or are we gonna meet a different set of mutes?
I think all of that. Because that's been the formula for every show. We're going to meet a new set of mutes.
Right.
And hopefully the people dressed in black with the gas mask are the Chevrolet sisters, and Kipo gets to run into them next episode. I don't so much have like
I want
a
more
theory.
explanation.
Yeah, I want more explanation.
I want to
and I
know what
have
the
a
fuck
thought.
happened with Hugo. I want to know
I hope
the
we get a
backstories.
flashback.
I want so many more flashbacks. Patrick's not here, so we can do flashbacks.
Right.
Like, I'm so excited for flashbacks because, like, I want to know why the fuck they were like, oh, let's just experiment on our baby girl. Like, why?
Maybe I don't know. Do you think Hugo was Hugo?
That's the thing. Is Hugo? He's not a mega mute.
So he's not
Also,
a mutant.
he's a hypocritical bitch. He's like, oh, the mutes will reign supreme over humans under me, of course. Like, you don't want shit. You just want more
That's
power,
the word
just like
right
a
there.
freaking human.
She got one out.
She got one.
Got one out.
Whatever. I also want I want the kids to come back as like real buff, like lumberjack type,
like
people.
honorary timber cats.
Right.
Honorary timber cat
with their flannel and their beanies on.
And then battle axes, of course. I really want to see the snakes again. I love the snakes. I want to see.
I want Jamak back.
Oh yes.
Where's Jamak?
Whatever happened to him? Like, is he in trouble now? Like,
he's probably running.
Right, because he did. Oh man,
he has no tie anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I think they'll all at some point kind of run back into each other. But Mo, so Bree, I know you haven't watched yet. I know there's 2 other shows that we're gonna. I know that there's 2 other shows we're gonna discuss.
Got fired.
But I kind of noticed a common theme between the 3 shows that we're juggling right now, having watched the first episode of each. So with B&A, I kind of noticed that Scarlemagne is trying to build this world for mutant animals. And in B&A, in the first episode, we're introduced where there's this city for mutant animals.
Right.
And then Warrior Nuns, we're kind of both introduced to these these young girls that have never experienced life on the outside, and now they've got this.
They got to go find this nun. They got to go find this girl with the thing and the thing.
Yeah, like I don't want to say too much, but
because we hasn't seen it yet, so we can't.
But the girl and Kipo, like they're both kind of the same because now they're like they belong to the streets,
right?
Yeah. I'm so excited for this show.
All right, so there you go. Oh yeah, that's right. So thank you, Keem. So we will be doing 2 other shows for you guys. We'll so as we're going to be doing Kipo, we're going to do BNA because it's really awesome, especially that first episode. Just
not awesome. It's so disturbing. I don't understand. Why would anybody do this?
And then we have Warrior Nuns, which actually is very interesting. And I feel like I know where you were yelling at your TV at. Like I know for a fact I know where it was. But yeah, those are the 2 other shows we're going to be doing. Thank you very much for watching. Drop comments down and let us know if there's any other shows. I hope not, because this is already 3. Thank you very much, and we will catch you on the next one.